Hello, I'm attorney and mediator Blaine McCarthy, founder of the Christian Lawyer Directory, and today we are shining the member lawyer spotlight on Rob McAngus in Dallas, Texas. Thanks for joining me today, Rob.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. So tell us about yourself, sir.
Sure thing. So I practice in the Dallas area. We're probably the third or fourth largest family law firm in North Texas. So family law
Wow.
firms in Texas are not necessarily that large, but ours, we have about 15 attorneys, which makes us a larger one for Texas itself. But
Yeah.
I've been practicing for, I guess, about 12 years now. It's a third career. I'm married and I have three daughters. One is 22 and in college. She's in year five. And so we're hoping to get her
Across the
done
finish line.
here soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The middle one is a senior in high school, and so we're figuring out where she's going to be next year. So that's an exciting time period right now. And then we got the youngest. She's the one that still likes us. She's 12, so she keeps us on our toes. But yeah, it's a full house, but lots of fun. And we live in Rockwall, which is kind of east of Dallas,
Okay.
but not too far off. And yeah, so I somehow ended up in family law. Law is like I said, a third career. My wife and I were married and trucking right along with two kiddos when I decided that I guess I'll try this, and so here I am.
Well, it sounds like you had tremendous support to be trying it in the middle of being a married father. That's a heavy lift.
Indeed, indeed, yeah. In fact, I worked full time and went to SMU Law School in Dallas, and they had an evening program. And so basically, my wife, bless her, was a single mother for 4 years, basically, because I was going to work and then going straight from work to law school, and then going from
Wow.
law school to study, and then coming home at night. And so, yeah, during the semesters themselves, she was extremely supportive, basically taking on full-time role as both mom and dad since I was in school. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Well, good for her to be willing to do that, and you're blessed by
yeah,
that indeed. So you
yeah.
mentioned family law as your firm's practice area. Tell us a little bit about that. What does that entail for you specifically?
Sure, sure. So we we deal with basically any type, like, so family law as far as divorce, custody, adoptions, uh, marital property agreements like prenups or postnups. So basically anything that falls in that area of laws is something we cover.
Got it. So why did you become a lawyer? You mentioned that this was I think you said a third career. It's not just a second career, but a third career. What brought it about?
Yeah, I wanted to go to law school, I guess, when I was in college and undergrad, but I just felt at the time I was like, I don't know if that's for me, and so I tried my hand at education. And when they say that teaching is a calling, that is the truth. And it was not my calling. And
Hmm.
so I lasted for a little while, but then I moved into IT, actually, randomly enough, technology. And so I
Okay.
was doing that, and it was okay. I was very blessed to have the job I had, but I was actually on a retreat. I don't know if you've heard of Wild at Heart, John Eldridge's book, but
Uh-huh. Sure.
um, he did I don't know if he still does them, but he was doing retreats in Colorado, and it was kind of a lottery system. And I got pulled, and I went there, and I was on the side of the mountain one day doing my quiet time, and just felt like I told my wife, I was like, felt like God was calling me to go to law school. I was like, that's crazy, and so I ignored it, and
Hmm.
and then I put my name in the hat for the next year, and I got drawn again to go, which was crazy because I had a friend that had been trying for 5 years and couldn't get his name pulled. So I ended up second year in a row, went up to Colorado again, and same thing. I just, I was talking to some folks up there about how I felt that way, and I just still felt that pull. And so I got back and I thought, I told my wife, and she's like, "Look, that's what you're being called to do. You should do it." And we had talked about, what that would entail as far as
Right.
how that would work for our family. And so she was definitely on board. And so I thought, I'm going to take the LSAT. I'm not going to study for it. We'll just see. And did that. And I had two options for law school. I had SMU, or what's now Texas A&M, which is in Fort Worth,
Okay.
because they both had night programs. And where we were at, we had two kiddos at the time. It was just not feasible for me to,
Go single income.
financially just
Right.
go full time
Yeah.
So I applied to both of them and got into both, and chose SMU because it was closer to home. But yeah, so
Well,
and here
that
I am.
Amen. That's a tremendous story, and again, a lot of family support, obviously, to make that happen. And you're a blessed man, and we're glad to have you on the Christian Lawyer Directory team. So, Rob, thanks for joining me today and for sharing a bit of that information. And folks, thank you for
Absolutely.
and thank you, folks, for watching this Member Lawyer Spotlight on Rob McAngus. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.
Thank you.